Hey guys, my name's Elizabeth McCulloch and welcome back to my channel, Midwest McCulloch Homestead. As the name implies, I am a gardener homesteader based in the Midwest, and it's my first year growing vegetables. I've been documenting my journey for you. However, today I'm going to be sharing my container flowers and how I've decorated with houseplants on my front porch. I've kept houseplants for several years and we've always had container flowers. In years previous, my husband and I have made kind of random arrangements with variegated foliage and a wild assortment of color in the flowers. This year we've decided to stick with a more simple color scheme, so the flowers that we have growing in our containers that are on the porch are blue, the containers themselves are blue. Our house is also a blue-gray color, so we just wanted to stick with that blue color scheme and simple foliage. When creating my container arrangements, I also had to keep in mind the kind of light that our front porch gets. So it gets morning light, however that light isn't shining down on the porch until around 9 or 9:30 because of the apartment complex across the way that blocks the sunlight. And then around like noon, 12:30 is when that sunlight is far enough overhead that the light is no longer getting onto the front porch and these flowers are shaded. So for our flower containers, we have blue lobelia, and this is a daisy, a variety that I can't remember. And then here I have my blue pansies, and so we have just gone with blue in our containers and the white obviously with the daisy. We have our blue containers on both sides of the steps here. And then over here I've got a kangaroo foot fern, a peace lily. This is one of our larger peace lilies, and my asparagus fern. Now this one I chopped up like crazy when I put it outside because I wanted it to bush out a little bit more. It was growing in one direction. Just moving on to our house plants that I'm decorating with. This is the croton that my husband's had for a while. And the begonia that I got for Mother's Day, and jade plant, and this jade is like super sun stressed now. And there's a Boston fern. I've always struggled with ferns, so if you have any advice for keeping a Boston fern, please drop it in the comments. Should I keep the soil wet or do I let it dry out between waterings? Here's my monstera, and then on this ladder over here I have a small heartleaf philodendron, a golden pothos, and then Tradescantia zebrina, and this one's just growing in water in this pretty vase. Okay, and then a string of bananas that I'm hoping will pop back.
Here is we have a Fargus Audrey, and this one is a Fargus Burgundy.
So both of these guys like shade, so that's why I've got them tucked away on the porch here.
Here in this spot is this peace lily.
I have a Monstera Peru.
Monstera Peru.
This is a rattlesnake calathea, and my pearl marks, philodendron, Rhaphidophora tetrasperma growing here, and I like it. I have it up against the wall here so that the vines will climb alongside the house. Okay, and now this is like my all-time favorite peperomia. I've had this one for a long time, but it's just got really cool leaves on it. Okay. And my neon pothos over here.
This one is a
Syngonium. I have my Cebu blue pothos that is just growing very nicely now that it's outside, and an aloe. It's neon, or excuse me, what is it? Lemon lime philodendron, and I have that just growing in sphagnum moss actually. It's been doing really well in there. This is Syndapsis, another Syndapsis, and then pancake. I don't remember what you call that succulent other than like a pancake plant. This is my golden pothos, and it has some marble queen leaves in there. Okay, I don't see them. Oh gosh, I just stuck my fingers. Alright, here's some of our marble queen pothos leaves. They're so pretty. Oops. That variegation there. Okay, and this side of the ladder gets more sun, so I've put my Hoyas over here. I have the Crinkle 8 Hoya. I cannot remember, or I don't know what this variety is called actually, so if you know, let me know. Crimson Princess. Oh, it's coming right out of the soil there. Okay, I've got a little cactus and then green, global green, maybe. Hoya Weedii. It's just beautiful. And my Monstera Adansonii that you saw me cut up in the last video. Peperomia tricolor. I put a lot of my houseplants out on the front porch. I put a wide variety of species as well. So I have some upright plants and I have trailing plants. The trailing plants you saw were on those ladders, and I'm hoping that they'll cascade nicely down the ladders as the season goes on. Also, because our porch just gets morning light, I'm not worried about those plants receiving too much light. As long as they're on the porch and not like on the steps, they won't be scalded, but they're still going to get enough light in the morning that they're going to grow pretty well outside. I did leave some of my more finicky plants inside in my kitchen. These are ones that kind of reacted badly when I brought them inside last season. I'm keeping a begonia inside, a calathea variety, I have a Tradescantia variety that I need to keep inside, and that's just because I don't want them to have that same reaction at the end of this season when I bring them in, so we'll just keep them inside for the season. They'll get enough light in the kitchen that they'll grow well anyways. So real quick, I'm going to show you the flowers that I'm growing in containers in full sun. So you can tell I just watered, but this is lemon balm here. This is a geranium and flowering maple. Orange, an orange pansy, some lavender that I just planted, and a marigold. On our little patio, I have a Gerber daisy. I've never seen this flower before. It's a sea thrift, or Armeria maritima. It's actually perennial, so if I put it in the ground, it would come back next year. And then up here is a dahlia, little dahlia, and rose moss. In this large pot over by the garden, Argyranthemum intergeneric hybrid. So this is really pretty. I've got a couple containers over by the chicken coop, and I just have some coleus. I can't remember the variety. And then this is a like tobacco cultivar. It's very pretty. So you can tell out back we've kind of just got a random assortment of colors and containers. But that's just because we get full sun out here and we can kind of go wild with the flowers. So like in the front we've got all that blue, but back here we just kind of do what we want. I want to add real quick for my native wildflower folks, we do have a lot of native wildflowers. They're perennials and they are midsummer bloomers. So when those are blooming closer to midsummer, I will take you around and show you. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe and hit that thumbs up button if you liked this video. Special thanks to Lydia today for helping us identify those houseplants that we have on the front porch. And for now, we'll see you next time. Bye.